Christina Perry. 105.1 The Buzz with Daria, Mitch, and Ted. Let's welcome to the show cosmetic surgeon extraordinaire, Dr. James Chan.
Hi, thank you.
Hello. Also, apologies to Dr. James Chan and anybody else that tried to send me a Facebook within like the last, email message.
Yeah.
Within like the last month. I don't
you've
know.
been
I
out
just
and
kind
down.
of, well, there's that, but then I sort of forgot I had email.
And you
I
probably
mean, I've
have
been so-
5,000 messages.
And all of them except for about 4 are spam.
yeah.
But one of those was from Dr. Chan. He's like, well, I can send you guys a message. I'm like, what? What are you talking about, Chan? I went in to see Dr. Chan because I like to keep in touch with the different doctors that come on the site for a couple reasons. So that I can talk about them on the air and know what I'm talking about. You know, like the people that are there and the things that they do and whether people leave their offices like screaming and bloody or happy.
Right.
But then my real reason is like, what can you do to make me look more beautiful and young?
Jeez.
And I've been having a big problem with Jan.
Because he's not
He
going to do
just
anything you
won't
don't
do
need.
things for me. I'm just like, well, how about this? Give me a different nose. He's like, you don't need a different nose. I'm like, damn it, Chan. So I actually did go in to talk to him about. I have a bump right here. I've let you feel it.
Right. I
you
do feel a
can't
little bit
really
of a
see
bump.
it, but I do have a bone fragment growing.
Yeah.
And we talked about that for a while, and he'll tell you everything. He'll tell you everything you need to know and a whole bunch of things you didn't know, and you're like, could we, what about that? We can. But it's wonderful. He's like really, really. He'll talk to you in both doctor language and common language and easy to understand language and make it all integrate and work out well. So that was
the
fun.
best.
But then I figured while I was there, I might as well ask about all the other parts of my face, neck, and body.
Well, sure.
So one thing that happens to me is that I'll get. It's not even bags under my eyes. It's like it's like if you had a channel, but it was up like a molehill, like a tiny molehill.
All right.
About the thickness of a thermometer, just under this line, like where you would draw like a little C under your eye.
Like a little crease.
but
Almost.
the opposite of a crease.
So a raised
Yeah, so
little
it seems
thing.
puffy. And I said, Dr. Chan, make it stop, make it do something.
Yeah,
Get in
so
there with the knife and take it out.
that officially is called your tear trough.
Right. But it's not where tears come from.
No.
No.
Has nothing to do with that.
That's why I thought he's like, well, we could fix it. And I was like, but will I still be able to cry?
Because you're a good crier.
Oh, I'm good at
when
it.
you need to cry.
And you can actually, one thing you can try that's non-surgical is that you can try putting a little filler in that. If you can picture what I'm talking about, you probably have it yourself.
Probably so.
It's sort of the way I look at
Yeah.
it. So it's not anything that doesn't necessarily require blepharoplasty or anything like that. It's just something that I haven't done it yet, obviously. But that's the kind of great information to where you're not going to go in and have a doctor experience and he's going to be like, well, like you see on Nip Tuck or something where he's like, we're going to do this, and then I recommend you add on X, Y, Z,
Right.
and then make you feel bad about yourself. He'll actually give you and recommend you the least amount of stuff, which I don't like it, but maybe you do.
Everybody else should
I
like
like
that.
to be told I'm broken and that he will fix it and given a price list.
Right, the bionic
It's
woman.
just, call me crazy. But you brought in some stuff. There's been about eye bags, and we want to talk about this a little bit today and what to do if you have a different kind than I just described. Everyone's heard, I thought it was urban legend, about hemorrhoid cream, and you put it on, and I think it was on some popular show or movie a while ago.
Yeah.
That you put a while ago.
I've heard it for
That you
quite some
pat
time.
hemorrhoid cream under your eyes, and like it shrinks up your butt bags.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's the scientific term.
That's right.
So
Your hemorrhoids.
So will it shrink up the bags under your eyes?
it makes perfect
It does
sense.
make sense, but does it work?
Yeah, so in the olden days, there was a Canadian version of the Preparation H that had some live yeast cells.
They always have the best stuff in their stuff.
Tell me about it.
Exactly. And apparently it worked. You can't get your hands on that stuff anymore because the U.S. version actually has it's essentially a decongestant. So when you put it on there, yes, it does shrink the tissue, but it doesn't work as well as the old Canadian version. And the new version actually can irritate your eyes and make your eyes look worse and red.
Thanks, America.
Oh, that's so good.
So I wouldn't recommend the Preparation H, the hemorrhoid cream for your
What about?
or eyelids.
I mean, no, you wouldn't get it in Canada and bring it back here because that would be ridiculous, and you'd have to. But what if you accidentally did?
You could try it. I'm not sure if they sell that version anymore. It was an old Canadian
People
version.
take everything good. Oh, believe me, if it's old, they'll still have it in Canada. So he brought in something it was for me to try, and then Mitch was like, "Me too. I've got
I
eye bags
don't want
too."
eye bags either.
There's one of us whose job it is to be the pretty one, and guess what, buddy? It's not yours.
Thank God it's not me. We'd be in trouble.
I'm crabby today. Were you warned?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to really try not to take it on you, but I can't make promises. So you brought in a thing, and we figured this was from your secret doctor stash of prescription magic things that the rest of us can't get our hands on.
It looks medicinal.
But you said it's just over the counter.
It is. I picked that up at Walgreens. What it is there's a key ingredient to this over-the-counter eye cream stuff. It's called serum albumin. And if you can find that ingredient, it actually does shrink your eye bags and it smooths out the skin. But the downside is it's temporary.
It says right on the thing, too. It doesn't try to fool you. It says, let's see. Look younger in 3 minutes for delicate eye area. Use daytime or evening to look your best. Lasts for hours.
Yes.
But for
So
a
not
night,
like-
night out or something, or a photo shoot.
That's what Mitch and I were saying. We'll just
Yeah.
leave. We'll be like, I have to pee again. And then you go back and you put your under eye serum. You'll go through a bottle fairly fast.
Sure, it's
yeah, this
expensive,
unique
probably.
temporary formula can be reapplied anytime it's needed. So that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And it does seem to work.
We put it on Daria and Mitch.
Yeah.
And what do you guys think?
I haven't seen myself. I don't know, but I could feel the tightening.
Yeah, you can feel the tightening. I
Yeah.
definitely notice it, especially on the whichever eye. I think my right eye. But I want an Angelina Jolie jawline, which my ancestors did not see fit to provide me with. So I tried smearing it all over my all over my jawline. I can't tell yet if that's working.
All right.
Do I look like Angelina?
Yes.
Do I look like,
It's
can you
starting
see?
to shrink up.
Yeah.
I see
Oh,
it.
I know it's
It's
working.
fantastic.
It's like an implant. Okay, so let's say that you do have more permanent bags under your eyes.
Yeah.
Either puffiness, that sort of swollen, tired puffiness, or a darkness. Those are two different things I know. So what are some things that can or can't be done about that?
Right. So this is a real common problem. And we talked about some of the medical options that you have. You can consider dermal fillers, Botox, or lasers for that area. And that will help conceal the bags or conceal the darkness, but it doesn't really get rid of it permanently. And
Nothing
and
gets
these,
rid of the darkness.
Yeah, these solutions maybe last a year or two at the most. If you want a permanent solution to the puffiness, not the dark circles, but the puffiness, surgery is really your best option.
And what will the surgery do?
So the surgery, and this is a great procedure because some people call it incisionless because there are no external incisions. What we do is we actually pull down the eyelid and take the fat from the inside.
Oh,
So
wow.
when you do that, you reduce that puffiness in that area.
So you won't see a scar at all? Like not along the lash line, not...
You will not have a scar on the outside. You can do this all from the inside. So that's why they call it incisionless.
What?
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
Have you seen former President Bill Clinton lately? He certainly is a candidate for it because every time I see him, I just want to just go get that done. That seems like such a
Oh, you know,
simple...
Mr. Big did it. Mr. Big from Sex and the
From
City
Sex and
did
the
it.
City, yes,
and
he
he
looks
should
so
have
much
done it
better.
earlier
Yes,
because
he
it
should've.
he did it when it was after the show.
Uh-huh.
And before the show ended, he looked like one of those, like a bloodhound. He looked like a bloodhound.
And he looks so much better
crossed with
now.
a Saint Bernard, like a weepy Saint Bernard, like Cujo about 5 weeks into the rabies, with just like these big patches, like oh, Mr. Big, can't you see his eye bags?
Is
He
that-
could fit a Manolo in each eye bag.
Oh gosh, is that blepharoplasty? That's not. Or that is blepharoplasty.
It is lower
lower.
blepharoplasty.
I see. Lower.
Yep.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
upper is for when you kind of get that, how do I...
That
I'm
hooding.
The
gonna-
puff just starts coming down. The hood.
Yeah,
like you said, the hoodiness.
the hooding,
Yeah, the hoodiness.
the
Yeah.
excess eyelid skin up there, and
Now, a
women
little bit of
notice
that is sexy.
No, it's not sexy.
It is sexy.
I don't know that it's sexy.
Women notice it because they can't put makeup on, mascara and eyeliner.
Right.
They have trouble with that, so they notice it.
They
pretty
notice it because they look and they're like, I'm sexy.
That's right.
After you've had the lower
He's not going to argue with anything I
blepharoplasty,
say because he's afraid of getting yelled at.
how long does it take before you can come back to work without a bunch of black eyes?
It's a
So
great question.
lower eyelid surgery is the recovery is actually very short. Some people have almost no bruising, and the swelling maybe lasts 4 or 5 days at the most. And you can get back to work quickly because there are no incisions.
Are you in pain when you wake up?
No, we
Wow.
do this in the office. You don't even go to sleep for it.
Oh my gosh.
Can you have the option of going to sleep for it?
You can if you'd like, but you don't
Because
need to.
Mitch doesn't even like to get flossed to the dentist without being all the way under.
She's right.
Mitch will bring his own nitrous if he has the eyelid thing done.
Well, that's amazing.
Awesome.
Is
Yeah.
it expensive?
It's not that expensive. It's very affordable. It
And the
depends.
difference it makes.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's very true. I'm always asking Dr. Chan, why can you not just do, because with little saggy things, like a little bit, I know I don't need a huge thing done, but
you
that's
don't.
not my point.
Right.
Like with little things, if I am with a hand mirror and I'm looking at my face, all I have to do is take my finger and go, dee, just the tiniest bit. Why can't he do that surgically and put one little stitch
They
by
probably
my
could.
hairline?
It's just.
It makes total sense to me. I'm sorry if I know science.
Well, it'll give you something to look forward to 15 years from now. You can look forward to all
Oh my
sorts
God,
of
are
stuff.
you guys in cahoots? Check out Dr. James Chan's website at drjameschan.com. He's also, of course, it coexists with the company that is Reviance Portland. And there's actually we have a Facebook thing going on right now.
Yeah, right now go to our
website thing.
Our Facebook page, facebook.com/1051thebuzz, and comment on the Reviance post. You'll recognize it because you'll see Dr. Chan's handsome photo there in the Reviance little post. All you have to do is make a random comment, and you could win a therapeutic facial. You've had one of these from Dr. Chan's office, I believe, haven't you?
From what's
Elisa.
Okay, but it's not spelled like Elisa. Elisa, that's why I always forget. It's spelled like Olenka Odessa.
The most beautiful woman on the planet, I
She's
think.
the most beautiful woman in the world, and she's Russian, and she's freaking gorgeous.
The facial's valued at $159, and a random winner will be chosen tomorrow after 10 a.m. So go comment right now.
She's so beautiful it makes you angry.
Yeah.
And then you go and you sit there and then you're like, you feel a facial and she's wonderful at what she does. She has the Russian magic and she just like da 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 da. And then you're like, oh, I feel great. And then she's like, no, open your eyes. And you open your eyes and you're like, oh, damn it. For a minute you think you're looking in a mirror and then you're like, this is the best. And then you're like, oh, it's her. It's the gorgeous perfection woman goddess. Dr. James Chan, thank you very much. We'll see you back here in a couple of weeks.
Thank you.
This is Capital City.
Leave the serum.
Yeah, leave serum, please. Capital City, safe and sound on the buzz.